Attorneys, most managers who struggle with a virtual team are making one quiet mistake. They're trying to manage it exactly like an in-office team, just over a screen. You can't manage a virtual team like an in-office one. It's a different job, and the managers who figure that out get more out of a remote team than they ever did in the office. Quick context, my name is Hugo E. Gomez. I am the founder of Legal Staff Now. We've helped hundreds of firms build and lead virtual teams. We've built their marketing, etc. And the managers who thrive all made the same handful of shifts we're going to talk about today. None of them are complicated, but they go against the instincts most managers built in an office. Let's start with what office management actually was, because most of us never examined it. In-office management ran on one thing: presence. You could see people. You walked on the floor. You felt the room. You heard the conversations at the water cooler. So when you take the room away, a lot of managers feel blind. They reach for the only lever they know. Check in more, ask for status, hover digitally. And that's exactly the move that breaks a virtual team. So the first shift that you want to make is managing outcomes, not activities. In the office, you manage what you could see. People at desks, looking busy, at the printer, at the fax machine, etc. On a virtual team, you manage what actually matters: the work done on time at the right quality, ideally done through AI automations. So define clearly what done looks like for each person. You had to get surgical. You had to look under the hood. Then get out of the way and let them deliver it. That clarity is a gift. Most people have never actually been told what good looks like. They've just been watched, surveilled. The other shift is kind of uncomfortable for control-minded managers. And let's be honest, most managers can be control freaks. On a virtual team, trust is not a nice to have. It is the entire operating system. Surveillance signals the opposite of trust, and people feel it instantly. The managers that love to surveil their team, they just assume everyone's a cheater, and two things happen. The ones who would never cheat feel super insulted, and your best people, the ones who have options, they quietly leave. Extend the trust and hold people to outcomes, and get the opposite. They rise to it. The third shift we're going to talk about is the one most managers get backwards. In a remote environment, you actually have to be more direct, not less. Kim Scott, she calls the sweet spot radical candor. It's caring personally while challenging directly. In an office, a lot of the feedback happens through a look, a tone, an aside in the hallway or the elevator. None of that travels over a screen. So you actually have to say it warmly, clearly, out loud. The feedback you used to imply, you now have to put into words. And that's a skill, and it's very learnable, and it's super in demand, and I would say required in this virtual environment. So let's move to the fourth shift. In an office, connection happened by accident. The break room, the walk to the elevator, the lobby, etc. In a remote environment, none of that happens on its own. Connection has to be intentional, on purpose, oftentimes on the calendar. So you build the rhythm deliberately, a real one-on-one that isn't just status, a few minutes that are actually human, a team moment that has nothing to do with the deadline. It feels a little forced at first, but do it anyway. A team that feels connected outperforms one that just shares a building. Frankly, here's what no one's telling you. If you do this right, a virtual team isn't a watered-down version of an in-office one. It's actually a sharper way to lead. Clear outcomes, real trust, direct feedback, intentional connection, those aren't just remote compromises. They're just better management, finally stripped of the crutch of presence. Most managers get better at the whole craft once the whole room is gone. So stop managing the room that you cannot see and start managing the work that you actually can. Outcomes over activity, trust over surveillance, candor over hints, connection on purpose. Lead a virtual team that way, and it won't just match your old office team. I promise you it will beat it. So if you want a virtual team that's set up to be led well from day one, that's exactly what we do at Legal Staff Now. So book a call. Our information is in the call notes, and we'll help you build a team worth leading. Let's talk.